Did you know that dead center is dead boring? You can use the rule of thirds grid to help. So for some reason, human beings have this need to put the important thing in the dead center of the photograph. Now the problem there is that oftentimes it's not the best place to actually have it. So in this trip to the zoo, we have the tiger's eyes literally caught in a crosshair. But if I use the rule of thirds to help, I make a much more pleasing composition by giving space for the rest of the tiger to be in. And in this case here, I have space above that's just not going to use really. I've space below that I've just lost the grass mound that the tiger is on. But using rule of thirds, I give a much more pleasing sense of where that tiger is. Now, if you have any device at all these days, the chances are that the grid is there, can be called up, maybe there by default. Let me show you here. So on the phone, we have rule of thirds grid. We've got 2 verticals and 2 horizontals, and they give us a clue as to where we should place things. Here on the phone, or on the camera, you can see we've also got the same ones as well. And if I go into the setup, I can actually have a glass viewfinder with a grid on or off as well. Keeping that on all the time is really helpful for when you want to make more interesting compositions. So how do I know where to place these things? Well, generally, if you call up a grid, a rule of thirds grid, there you have it. So I've got the eyes, instead of in the dead center, I've placed them right over here on the top third and on the right-hand third. If I don't have a rule of thirds grid, then oftentimes the focus points can help you. So these ones kind of next to the outermost ones are close enough to thirds. The one towards the top is close enough to thirds, so I can use them to be able to make my composition that little bit better. So remember, dead center is dead boring. Use a rule of thirds grid to help. I hope this gets you off to a good start.